¿Qué tal si hubiera 4 Alice Cooper? ¿Qué tal si hubiera 4 tipos que pudieran ampliar los límites del heavy metal? ¿Qué tal si estos tipos vieran el alma del metal y vieran signos de dólares?
Nobody knew what they looked like. That might seem trivial, but it wasn't. You didn't know whether underneath Gene's makeup he was like a murderer. You didn't know.
What do you represent? Destruction. Destruction. Yeah, rock and roll. Just power, energy. Yeah.
And it really was like real living superheroes. That's how I got into Kiss, was because they had their own comic printed in their own blood. I was like, off they do. What?
It's a big spectacle, right? What is most important to you, the spectacle or the music? The audience. The audience.
And then to see them on stage breathing fire and spitting blood, believe me, at the age of 11, that's pretty cool.
Historically, people will not remember the music of Kiss. What they will remember is the idea of Kiss.
People are fascinated with Gene spitting blood. People are fascinated with my guitars exploding and rockets going off, and, you know, it's larger than life. It's showbiz.
Some people are hams. I'm the whole pig. I wanted to come out on stage and just take over. Look at me, I'll take my shirt off, I'll shake my ass, whatever it takes.
Here from Kiss is Gene Simmons.
It was always about entertainment and about impact.
Are you a bat?
Actually, what I am is evil incarnate.
Each of us created our own personas. I became the demon. Paul wanted to become the rock star. That's what he always felt like. And Peter had a fascination with cats. And Ace, of course, is from another planet.
In the early days, when we would go on stage, there would be people hysterical laughing at us. You know, and the great feeling was I'm looking at them thinking, you won't be laughing when this is over.
Come on and clap your hands! 'Cause that's what rock and roll is all about. Come on!
Pero la campaña de Kiss, Metal Comic Book, casi se quema por completo. En 1975 estuvieron de gira sin parar, pero su llamativo espectáculo no se refleja en la venta de los discos. A punto de perder su contrato, tomaron una decisión arriesgada. Sacaron a la venta el primer disco grabado en vivo de heavy metal.
You wanted the best and you got it! The hottest band in the land, Kiss!
The beauty of it is you feel like you're at a concert, and the bombs going off from the opening intro to the last bomb, you can almost feel like you can get contact high listening to that record.
Kiss Alive vendió más de 4 millones de copias y llevó a la banda al mega estrellato. Pero lo más importante, invitó a los fans del metal a que fueran a ver el espectáculo ellos mismos.
People always ask me, what's the best concert you ever saw? And I always say, are you counting Kiss concerts? Because the 13 best shows I've ever seen are 12 Kiss shows and 1 Prince show.
Everything with Kiss is bigger, better, louder, more. Everything we take to the max.
A wall of amps, you know, I mean, just powerhouse, God of Thunder, Gene Simmons flying. It's amazing.
Oh my God! And then the blood in it explodes the fire, and Gene Simmons!
I want to fly to the ceiling. I want to blow fire. I want to spit blood in your face. I got on the yellow brick road, and I went down the wormhole, and I've never returned since.
We've never deluded ourselves with anything except the following. It's our job to make a complete spectacle out of ourselves, period. Stand guilty as charged of the harshest criticism. Those guys make a complete spectacle out of themselves. You're damn right we do. We're serious about making sure our fans get their money's worth.
Después del Live Album vino el disco de platino Destroyer en 1976 y al año siguiente una encuesta lo confirmó. Kiss era la banda más popular en Norteamérica.
How long have you been waiting in line?
For about 13 hours now.
The line stretched around the sports arena, the numbers into the thousands.
Con Kiss Army eran cientos de miles de fanáticos con una insaciable sed de Kiss. La banda se lanzó a un estadio nunca antes explorado por Sabbath, Zeppelin o Cooper. La comercialización.
Kiss. Cha-ching.
This is Kiss, each sold separately.
T-shirts, posters. If they made it, I bought it.
Put them in any crazy pose you want.
A Barbie doll, a sleeping bag, a lunchbox. I mean, after I go to the office next, I'd see some of this stuff, I go, no, you're not going to put that out. They go, oh yeah, this is going out.
Kiss, each 12.5-inch figure sold separately by Mego.
You know, when we started with merchandise, it was considered very uncool. Merchandise to us is something that goes hand in hand with rock and roll.
I read once where someone said how most bands want to be the Beatles, and Kiss wanted to be Coca-Cola. And that's completely true.
The Kiss Radio.
Kiss has never really ever had an agenda besides capitalism.
So call or send your money now. Here's how to get your Kiss Radio.
And that did transfer over to, I think, a lot of the bands in the 1980s, especially among the Sunset Strip bands in LA. There was a very conscious understanding that you're not successful when your record is good. You're successful when everybody has your record.
El comercializar no volvió a los integrantes de Kiss millonarios. Su nombre estaba en una posición precaria. Era una banda metalera con su credibilidad pendiendo de un hilo. Kiss continuó con un nuevo proyecto.
Wonder who could have done it.
Good question, Catman. What do you compute, Space Ace?
Insufficient data at the moment, Star Child. We'd better look into it.
Kiss Meets the Phantom started with a great idea. Let's make a movie that crosses Star Wars and A Hard Day's Night. Conceptually, it sounds great. When you realize that there was a script and there were lines to memorize and none of us had the slightest clue as to what it took to act, the whole project turned into a debacle. I mean, it was just a disaster.
We've got to find Devereaux.
That's cool with me, Star Child. I'm down to my last few lives.
I remember being at the screening of it, and by the end of it, I was so low in my chair that I wanted to, like, crawl out of the theater.
There was such an uprising in the underground metal community. I was offended. I wasn't just disappointed, I was personally offended.
If I hear you calling.
I would get punched out by Led Zeppelin fans that hated Kiss. He sucks, you know, and I would get beat up for liking that band.
It was getting too light. It was getting too poppy. We were getting too, you know, it was just, we were losing our edge, man.
Beth, what can I
do? It's not often you see a little guy with a guitar and shorts running around in the audience.
The great thing about Angus Young, this whole schoolboy shtick, he represents this eternal youth in all of us.
On the surface, heavy metal seems to be more rebellious than other forms of music. Is it?
Yes. Rock and roll is rebellion with no cause, just for its own sake. We won't please Mum and Dad America, you know. Well, I tell you what, Mum and Dad America, how's that?